are Biafra, nothing more, nothing less. You are welcome to land of rising sun. There is a land that is full of natural resources. Pretend divided us during colonization. No, no, we are generous and industrious. Naturally, educationally, we are loaded. Mentally, we can check around the world. Manoga kelele, mama and papa can go see the French in Mikoga kelele, anywhere you from, around the world. Manoga kelele, come and see who we are. Mikoga kelele, Ndemboa, Yanoga kelele, you are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. It's about you born. Ever been seen you are welcome. Anywhere you from around the world, come and see who we are.
Welcome. Share the broadcast as you join. Like and share as you join.
Everybody sing you are welcome. Quality education, we can be partners. If you're ready for innovation, Macanina, Gigafuna is talented to be better.
Please like and share. Welcome. Like and share as you join. Share on all the platforms you belong.
what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and all come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you. By the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in He said,
welcome, 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 my fellow Biafrans. Welcome, my beloved brothers and sisters. Welcome, all my subscribers, wherever you are watching from. I appreciate everyone who has been able to connect today to our broadcast. I appreciate you so much. I thank you for being there for me at all times. I'm so sorry I've not been able to come online for some time. I've not been able to come online for the past 3 days. I was not able to connect online because of certain issues. But I thank you, that today we are here as usual, speaking to each other, communicating the way we are supposed to communicating, passing information the way we are supposed to pass information. I appreciate everybody that have been able to connect to the program today. I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, continue to beautify you wherever you are. I appreciate everyone that have joined. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for joining. I appreciate Atama Kingsley. Thank you so much for joining, Atama Kingsley. Thank you so much for joining. Stella Ibiam. Thank you so much for joining, Stella. I appreciate you, Stella, wherever you're joining from. I appreciate you, my dear sister Stella. I appreciate you. Olivia Anne. I appreciate you, Olivia. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Amechi Jonas, thank you so much, my beloved brother Amechi. You are always there. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Fabia Ifediche, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Every other person that have connected, those that are commenting, those that are not commenting, any angle you have joined from, I say, may Chukwu Okike and protect you. My brother Eze, thank you so much for joining. Eze, thank you so much for joining. BMO, thank you so much for joining. Wherever you are connecting from, I appreciate every one of you that have been able to connect today. After 3 days break, we are not able to come online, and today, finally, here are we, doing what we know how to do best. You are doing it together with me. This is our responsibility to continue to engage on this evangelism. I am doing my own part while you are doing your own part also there. Please, Mr. Peters, you are welcome. Thank you so much for joining, Mr. Peter. If you have not clicked the like button, please go and click the like button right now. Go and click the like button. Make sure you click the like button and make sure you share to one platform. As you join this broadcast, make sure you share to one person. Share this broadcast, share it and let it go viral. Share it. Do not fail. This is part of the radical evangelism that we have been talking about. Please click like and share. Like and share. It is very important. You all know the battle we are facing. Without you by my side, it will be very difficult to overcome in this very channel. It will be very difficult to pass the information without you supporting me. So you have to support by clicking like and also share the video, share the broadcast on one platform. Any platform you belong into, any Biafra platform, or even other platform, even one Nigeria platform, any platform you belong, share this broadcast so that they can hear our voice. We will not allow them to shut us down. No matter how they try, they cannot succeed. No matter how they try, they cannot succeed. The attack will always come, but no matter how many times they attack us, we will overcome them. Ezala Michael, thank you so much for joining. Ezala Michael, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining wherever you're joining from. I appreciate you. Today, we have come once again, as usual, to encourage our fellow Biafrans, as we have to do, as we have always done. Remember, this is an autopiloted platform. Autopiloted by Chukwu Okekabema himself, under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where we stand. We come here to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. We come here to set the record straight. We come here to debunk every lie against Biafrans, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against you and I, against the autopiloted IPOB. We come here to say the truth and set the record straight. That is what we do. And we will continue to tell our story here. No matter how they try to stop us, we can never allow them to stop us. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Please like and share while we progress on this very broadcast today. Today, we are going to unmask the enemy of the Biafran people, our enemies, the enemy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the enemy of our freedom. We are going to unmask them today as much as we can. We will unmask them. They have been wearing the mask for a very long time. They have been wearing this mask. We have already started unmasking, and so many of our media warriors are performing wonderfully well in unmasking them. Our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, have also dealt a heavy blow on them. Today, our enemies can no longer hide. The greatest enemy we have today is what we're going to reveal. The worst enemy we have is the enemy inside, the enemy at home. And we're going to unmask them today. You have seen what is happening on social media. If you are very conversant in social media, which I believe every one of you are, you will see what is going on social media. You will see the propaganda and the blackmail and the exposition that is coming on a daily basis. This enemy that don't want us to be free. This enemy that will never support Biafra. This enemy that pretend to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu but never support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today we are going to expose them. We expose them. There are so many of them out there. These enemies are so close. They are so close to us that sometimes we ignore them. Sometimes you hardly find out that they are the people we are talking about. The enemy at home. The enemy at home is a very dangerous enemy. And that is the enemy we are facing today. That is the enemy we must be mindful of. That is the enemy that is posing a threat to us. As for the Fulani Janjaweed, the Fulani caliphate and their foot soldiers, we are going to deal with them mercilessly as time goes on. When the time comes, and it is approaching very fast, as the time approaches, we are going to deal with the Fulani caliphate and their foot soldiers, and they will never have a place to return to. It is going to happen very soon. Rodney, thank you so much for joining. Rodney Nathaniel, thank you so much for joining. We are going to decimate the enemy, and they will never have a place to go. But the enemy that we must have to pay attention to, because this enemy is so cunning, they come with distraction, they come with deception, they come with friendliness, they come with sweet words, but these people are evil. So many of them, they claim to be members of IPOB, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a leader of. So many of them claim to be wanted on the other. My sister Diana, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Nandi Celestine, thank you for joining. I appreciate every one of you. This enemy, they pretend most time to be friendly, but they are not. They pretend to be members of IPOB. They pretend to be lawyers of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and they pretend to be Biafrans. But these people, they are the enemy at home, and we will never, ever allow them to take over us. Amako, thank you so much for joining. We can never allow them to overtake us. These enemy are the people who are today confessing the obedient stroke one Nigeria. The obedient stroke one Nigerian people, these people are the arch enemy of the Biafran restoration. They are the arch enemy of Biafran freedom. They are the arch enemy of my freedom and your freedom. And their leader is Peter Obi. The London boy is the leader of the arch enemy of the Biafran people. These are the people who have been bought over. These are the people who have been conditioned to make sure that they destroy your freedom and my freedom. For a very long time, it's been a guesswork. When people come, they will begin to give you options. For a very long time, even some people who are genuinely fighting for freedom, who are genuinely Biafrans, they will begin to contemplate either to rebounce it, either to try this man, whether his things are going to be better or not. But today, it has become very, very clear. You can no longer stand in defense. You can no longer say, let me try disobedient. You can. Today, the obedient followers have declared themselves enemy to the Biafran people, enemy to the freedom of the indigenous people in that contraption called Nigeria. If you are indigenous in that contraption, mainly Biafran people, you must know that your number one enemy today is people who are confessing obedient and those who are one Nigerians. The obedience to one Nigeria. And the funniest thing that they are not asking themselves, ask that question, who are you obedient to? When you hear obedient, some of them are not asking, who are they obedient to? Are you obedient to your culture? Are you obedient to God? Are you obedient to man? Are you obedient to the caliphate? Are you obedient to P2B? Are you obedient to the zoological republic that is killing you? That is the question they are not asking. The same way the Muhammad Buhari Fulani Caliphate sold to them change, they embrace change without asking what kind of change are they talking about. The same mistake they made to embrace change, Muhammad Buhari came to preach change, and they rushed and everyone to embrace change without asking what type of change are you talking about. All of a sudden they woke up and they saw it was from top to bottom. The change that he was promising them was from top to bottom. And when they saw it, look at where they are today. That same trick is coming again. Today, they are telling them about obedience. Everywhere you get, they call it obedient movement. Obedient movement. But these people have failed to ask, who are you obedient to? Obedient to who? Is it obedient to God? Is it obedient to your nation? Is it obedient to your culture? Is it obedient to your tribe? Is it obedient to P2B? Is it obedient to the Fulani Caliphate? Which one? Obedient to who? Nobody is asking that question. But I can tell you, I will help them to answer that question. When you are hearing obedient, it is obedient to the Caliphate. Each time you hear obedient, put it at the back of your mind that what they are saying is obedient to the Caliphate. Whenever you hear obedient, what is literally mean is obedient to the Caliphate. There is no two ways about it. That was why you saw P2B coming out boldly in the open to put a badge in his chest representing the Fulani Caliphate. That is why P2B can come boldly in the public to wear a cloth advertising the Fulani Caliphate in his chest. That was why P2B went to the north to meet Fulanis to negotiate, and when he was negotiating, he told them that you will enjoy my government more than any other government. That was why P2B went to a program in one of their Evil One Nigeria channels, and he told them that Biafra is dead. The only obedient you are doing, if you are a Biafran and you are singing obedient, you are pledging allegiance to the Caliphate to destroy you and enslave you the more. Obedient, they are preaching. The obedient movement you're hearing in Nigeria means allegiance to the Fulani Caliphate. That is the literal meaning. There is no two ways about it. For a very long time, they have been hiding. But today, it is time to unmask them. As we are walking into our freedom, undeterred, undistracted, we will expose every single one of them. And that is the state we are. Chukwu Okike Abiama is doing his own exposition, giving us information, giving us word, and we are bringing it to the whole world to see. Each time you hear obedient, it is obedient to the caliphate, obedient to your enslavement, obedient to your suffering, obedient to continue enslavement, continue suffering, continue insecurity, obedient and allegiance to the Fulani Caliphate. That is what it literally means. Since those people who their head is blocked, their brains are blocked, that they can't ask questions, I have asked the question for them and I answer it for them. Obedience to who? That is the question they fail to answer. The same thing that Muhammad Buhari did when he came. He told them change. It was a music of change everywhere. And they thought that he had the same mindset as they had. They thought that the change he was talking was the same kind of change that they had in mind. They didn't know that Muhammad Buhari had a Fulani agenda in his head. The change he was promising them was bringing Nigeria from top to bottom. And that is what he did. Exactly what he promised them was what he did. And today you see them crying from pillar to pole. They are crying because they failed to ask the real question. He just gave them what he promised them. And today they have decided to use the London boy. And today London boy is calling them for obedience. And you see every day of them sheepishly pledging allegiance to the Fulani Caliphate. What a shame. What a shame. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama for the Biafran people because we are not with them. We are not with them, and we can never ever give our allegiance to anybody. Our allegiance belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama, and our allegiance belongs to the struggle, to the freedom of Biafran people. Biafra is our religion. And there is nothing any man can do about that. There is nothing anyone can do about that. Today, if you don't believe what you're saying, if you cannot get it clear, you can see, many of us who are on social media, you can see the way one of our media warrior asked a legitimate question, and what way question we asked on the Twitter space, a question that brought out the hidden agenda. The hidden agenda of this obedient. When our media warrior engaged one of the obedience in the sky space, you saw the response they gave. The response have been shared, going viral. The mission of the obedient people who call themselves obedient, who are pledging allegiance to the Fulani Caliphate. Today, Fulani doesn't even have much work to do. They have left the work in the hand of people who claim to be obedient. They have rebaptized them. The one Nigeria is, the Fulani Caliphate have baptized their foot soldiers to be obedient. And today, they are happily working for their enslavement by their own self. That is why they came on our Twitter space and they were saying that they will not support the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that they want Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be held incommunicado until they finish their evil agenda. That they do not want Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to see the air. They don't want Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to free. Shamelessly, they came and they spoke with their own mouth. Today, it has become clear that they are only obedient to the word of the caliphate. The agenda of the caliphate is to hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as long as they can. Is to hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as they can. And today, the London boy is the person that they are using as an instrument to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu remains in the hand of the DSS. And one of their followers have come to confess that they will never ever let Mazen Nnamdi Kanu go because of their own wickedness, because of their self-interest, because of their failed political ambition. And when the idiot was explaining, he said, if you release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he comes out and he says there will be an election, then their obedient movement will die a natural death. And if you release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and he refuses to speak, they will say that he is supporting the obedient movement. And for that, the obedient movement is going to have a problem. And because of that, they want to trade our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man that have given everything in his life, a man that have gave his own family, a man that have gave his own career, a man that have volunteered to give his own life for you and I. They want to take him and sacrifice for their evil agenda. They want to use it as a bet for the caliphate. These are the people who are loyal to the caliphate. Obedient. They are being obedient to the caliphate. They are pledging allegiance to the caliphate. Superheading, promoting, and asking that our supreme leader Nnamdi Kanu must not be released. Evil in the air. Please, as you join these brokers, kindly like and share. It is very important that you like and share. Like and share so that the notification will go to all Biafra information. You can share to even people who are not Biafran. Share to our Oduduwa brothers. Share to every platform, including our enemies. You share to them to let them know that we have busted them. To let them know that we know much more than they do. To let them know, including those ones who are sheepishly following without asking questions. Share this video. Share it and like. Click like if you have not. It is very important that you click like. The obedient movement. These people are the greatest enemy of the Biafran people today. They are the greatest enemy of the Biafran people today. And we must not keep silent. We must not ignore them. We must not allow them to distract us anymore. We must not. You know, some of the time when they come with their lies, when they come with their tricks, they come with their deception, they will tell you that we are asking for similar thing. They will tell you that what you are looking for is what we are looking for. We are looking for a better government. We are looking for a better state. We are looking for a good life. This is a fallacy. Lie from the pit of hell. We are not looking for the same. My brothers and sisters, please exercise patience each time they come with this attack. Each time you see this distraction, please exercise patience. I will be here. I'm going nowhere. Each time you see this distraction, they are only bringing this distraction to see that people stop paying attention. If they kick you out, try to come back. When you see the network obstruction coming, don't go away. Hang on there. I'm going nowhere. I will be here to say what I have to say. I will be here to pass the information. They cannot frustrate what I have to say. I will be here to pass the information. They cannot frustrate me out of this broadcast. I must say it the way it is. Out of this broadcast. I must say it the way it is. That is one thing with them. They can't stand the truth. They can't stand the truth. When you begin to make revelations, when you begin to bring out the truth to Biafran people to hear, they come with the attack. They come with their network attack from all angles, but they can't stop. They can't stop us. It doesn't matter how they try. These evil, obedient Irans, we must be mindful of them. These are people who are lying and people who are only obedient to the caliphate. They are only there to promote the agenda of the caliphate. That is all. They are not there for you. They are not there for me. We must not pay attention to them. We must continue to focus on our direction. Freedom. Continue to put your mind on our countdown. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. We are consistency personified. Instead of us to slow down, we will increase the speed. Instead of us to talk less, we will talk more. Instead of us to chicken out, we will come out bravely. We are going to fight them to a standstill, and it's coming closer. It's coming closer. There will be no election in Biafra land. Anybody, it doesn't matter whom you are. If you want to engage us and say you want to have election, you will receive water. Any man, any woman that come from it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your location, and you come to Biafra land to conduct anything called election at your own risk. Whatever you see, you take. You are doing that at your own expense. And I tell you, don't say you are not warned. We have said it and made it clear that there will be no election in Biafra land. And that countdown coming, as they are talking about election, the only thing that we conduct in Biafra land is what? Referendum. And that referendum will come by fire or by force. If they refuse to condemn referendum and they want to go ahead with whatever they want to do, we are going to declare Biafra and we'll defend our borders. And don't bother yourself to ask us how we're going to defend our borders. Don't bother yourself to begin to ask questions, how is it going to happen? Just watch and see. We are working based on the mandate of Chukwu Abiyama. And a lot of preparations have been put in place. A lot of preparations have been made before now. The countdown you are seeing didn't start yesterday. It didn't just start this year. It didn't just start last year. It's a long coming preparation. That is why every one of us have to put our hands on deck. If you know what you will do, to make sure that Biafran come, start doing it. If you know that responsibility you're supposed to do that you have not done, please go and activate it and begin to do it. The last miracle on the planet Earth is about to happen. The last miracle on the planet Earth is about to happen. Ask yourself, are you in it? Are you in or out? What role are you going to play? What role are you going to play? If you try to be a hindrance or a barrier, you'll be crushed. That one is certain. Any move you make against the freedom of the people of God, you will be crushed. We are working on the mandate of Chukwu Abiyama, and what we are pursuing is the right cause. We are pursuing a righteous cause, and we are fighting the righteous fight. Nothing that will make us not to win. There is nothing whatsoever that will make us not to defeat our enemy. It is written. We will defeat our enemies, hands down, and they know it. They know it and they know it very well. That is why today they have focused on using people who we are fighting for, our own people, our own blood, our own fellow Biafrans, who we are fighting to rescue. Some of them, they have caged them. They have caged them because of their evil mind, because of their corrupt mind. They have been caged. Because this evil and this corruption can only capture those who have a corrupt mind. If you don't have a corrupt mind, they will not get you. But if you have a corrupt mind, it will be easy to attract you with evil things. If your heart and your mind is corrupt, to convince you will be so easy and cheap. At this stage that we are now, every single enemy of Biafra have been exposed. And the major enemy that we have to be aware of is these people who call themselves obedient/one Nigeria. They will come with different kinds of lies. Some of them will come and begin to praise Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will tell you how wonderful Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. They will tell you how excellently Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. They will tell you some beautiful things Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done. They will quote messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will play messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for you. They will quote the words of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what he said and what he did not say. They will praise him. But at the end of the day, these are the people who are making sure that he is not released. These people who are making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom doesn't come. As they are praising Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are busy fighting against the disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is propagating the gospel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The only man today that is standing, propagating the gospel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, building and making sure that every legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continues, they are fighting him. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was with us, they never regarded him as a hero. When he was with us, they never respected him. Some of them called him different kinds of names. They say he doesn't know how to do it. They say he's not doing it right. They say he's too harsh. They say he's too violent. They say he's taking laws into his hand. They call him a number of names. But today, some of them have worn a sheep clothing. Some of those lions today, they are wearing a sheep clothing. And when you see, they praise Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and today they fight Mazi Simon Ekpa. They will say Mazi Simon Ekpa is childish. He doesn't know how to do it. He's playing. He's childish. He's destroying people. He's killing people. The same accusation. But are you going to destroy Biafrans? Of course, we Biafrans know who we are following. Your propaganda and your lie cannot move us an inch. Your blackmail, your propaganda and your lies cannot move on an inch. We know whom we are following. We know that our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a disciple. And we know whom his disciple is. Mazi Simon Ekpa. It is not because he called himself a disciple. It is not because we are told that he's a disciple. It is because of what he's doing. If you want to know a disciple, all you have to look is his character, his attitude, his attributes. you will see every attribute of Mazen Nandekano in Mazen Simon Ekpa, in everything he's doing. If Mazen Nandekano was with us today, if Mazen Nandekano was to be with us, the exact thing Mazen Simon Ekpa is doing is what he will do, even more. He will do exactly what Mazen Simon Ekpa is doing, even more. So don't go and bring that crap that somebody is telling you he doesn't know how to do it. You love Mazen Nandekano. You want Mazen Nandekano. I wish it's Mazen Nandekano. Mazen Nandekano told us he wants peace in Biafra land. You preach Mazen Nandekano that he said he wants peace. Yeah. So you believe that Mazen Nandekano can restore peace in Biafra land. You believe that Mazen Nandekano can restore peace in Biafra land, and yet Mazen Nandekano have been declared free. He has been discharged in the court, and yet they refuse to leave him, and you're not making a case for him. Instead of making a case for him, you are supporting the incarceration of Mazen Nandekano indefinitely until you conduct the election. Evil. The evil that men do will live with them. Every one of them that is putting his signature to make sure that Mazen Nandekano is not released. Every one of them that is cooking that evil to make sure that Mazen Nandekano is released because of the evil agenda, political agenda. Every single one of them that is having it, you are going to receive your evil in your lifetime. You will receive your evil in your lifetime, and that election that you're talking about, you cannot hold. You will never ever be elected in any post. Never. Not in your lifetime. As long as you are standing against the freedom of Mazen Nandekano, whoever you are, I don't care whom you are, I don't care your religion, your tribe, and you are standing against the freedom of Mazen Nandekano, an innocent man, a prisoner of conscience, whom the court have said, let's go, and they refuse to let him go. And there you are, supporting that evil. Even in that your evil, you are still claiming that you want a better Nigeria. In that your evil, you are still claiming in that your evil that you can be able to make a better country. Even in your wickedness, you are still claiming that you want a country where there will be unity, where there will be equality, where there will be justice. You are looking for a country where there will be justice when you are still building your foundation on injustice. You are holding an innocent man, a just man, you are holding him in prison in order to install another injustice. That is how evil these people are. And we must not relent in calling them out. Every Biafran have to open their eyes. Every Odudua person have to open their eyes. Every indigenous person in the zoo have to open their eyes and be aware and know that the greatest enemy we have today are the one Nigerians stroke the obedient. The obedient stroke one Nigerians, they are the greatest enemy of the freedom of the people today. They are the greatest abuser of human rights. They are the supporter of terrorism. Supporter of terrorism. When you hear terrorism, they are these one Nigerians and those who call themselves obedient. They are the ones supporting every terrorist act that is happening in the zoo. And I tell you, that evil they are training is going to swallow them. That animal they are feeding is going to consume them. Let them go on. That animal they are feeding will consume every single one of them. They promote evil. They support evil. Doesn't it shock you that somebody, shocking, that somebody who is a Biafran, a full-fledged Biafran, an Igbo Biafran, will open his mouth and say he doesn't want his own brother to be released from jail because of his own selfish interest. He wants to use Mazen Nandekano to gamble. He wants to use Mazen Nandekano to gamble. Even when the idiot was talking, his head will be made him promise of restructuring, and he's not even sure about it. How can you get restructuring? From where are you going to get it? Based on the 1999 Constitution. Do you think that Peter Obi can be able to change your constitution to give you restructuring? Where is he going to start? From where? Peter Obi, from where is he going to start? From where? Do you think that the president will just come and change everything overnight? How many senators is contesting under Peter Obi? How many governors is contesting under Peter Obi? And you saw P2B boldly wearing caliphate in his chest. A Biafra man, somebody who say he doesn't want to be a president of Igbo extraction. He doesn't want to present himself as Igbo Biafran. He doesn't want to talk about it. He said Biafra is dead. Which literally means that the agitation on the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a forgotten issue. That is what P2B said in the public. P2B come to a public and said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a forgotten issue. That is what it means. When he opened his mouth and said that Biafra is a forgotten issue from 1967. That Biafra issue is forgotten. That means anybody that's talking about Biafra or anybody who's in problem with Biafra is forgotten. P2B said this shamelessly before the whole world. And at the same time, this P2B who say he's not going to be a president of Igbo extraction, he wants to be a president of Fulani extraction. He came out to say he wants to be a president of Fulani extraction by wearing the cloth of Fulani, a campaign cloth written Fulani Caliphate. Fulani is not Nigerian. They are not Nigerians. They are not Nigerians. The major tribes we have in Nigeria are Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. This man who called himself London Boy could not find any other clothes to wear for his campaign. What he wore was Fulani Caliphate. To show you that obedience, his obedience is to the Fulani Caliphate. That cloth speaks volume. In case you don't know, the allegiance of P2B lies to the Caliphate. And he's not hiding it. And you know the Fulani and the audacity. Fulani, they are so crafty, and their audacity is that you don't just take agreement in the secret and you hide. That is why you see every governor that goes there to take the agreement, every governor going to sign agreement, every commissioner, everybody, every lawmaker that going to sign agreement with them in the north, they will tie that turban. And when they tie the turban, they will video it and show to the whole world. They will tie that turban. When they tie the turban, they will send the picture to the whole world. The same thing they did to P2B, and they don't want to hide his allegiance. They told P2B, they sold a cloth written boldly, Fulani Caliphate president. You don't want to be a president of Igbo extraction, but you are bold and proud to wear a cloth written Fulani Caliphate. The dangerous people that have produced the most dangerous terrorist group you can talk about in the whole world. The people that have produced the most deadly terrorist group in the whole world. Go to them. You have different kinds of terrorists. Every terrorist group you see in the world, they are in it. They have full soldiers in it. The same people who have come out to tell you that if you venture come out and say you want to fight their terrorists, they will never vote for you. The same people that say this word, and you see the person who is contesting with their name in his chest, do you think he's going to fight them? These people came out on national TV and they said, if you want to, any president that is going to fight against our terrorists, we will not vote for you. And then you see a president came out with their name written boldly in his chest. What are you thinking? Do you think that that person will become a president and begin to fight them? Do you think that that person will be a president and begin to fight their terrorists? He has already pledged allegiance to them, and that is the people he's obedient to. So each time you hear obedient, it is obedient to the caliphate. Don't deceive yourself. And be bold to ask them that question. When you hear obedient movement, ask them obedient to who? Is it obedient to God? Obedient to Allah? Obedient to your tribe? Obedient to your region? Obedient to Peter Obi? Obedient to the caliphate? Or obedient to the Zoological Republic? Obedient to what? Ask them. Let them explain that obedience, because you don't. Many people are following them sheepishly without asking questions. They will not ask the relevant question until when it is too late. But to Biafrans, we are wise. We are smarter than them. We ask the relevant question. We ask the question and we give them the answer to go and begin to verify. We help them to ask the question and give them the answer to go and begin to find out. It's an assignment. Ask him, obedient to who? Because you can't just come and tell somebody to be obedient. Obedient to who? You can't just say obedient. Obedience to who? You have already seen P2B. P2B have already declared himself obedient to the caliphate. P2B have already declared himself obedient to the caliphate, and he's not hiding it. He printed it bold in his chest. He's not hiding it. In their interview, he has told them that you will enjoy his government more than any other people. And you see the way he's making a case for them at all times. See the way he's making a case for them. The only people who are in this election of 2023 is the Fulanis and the Fulanis alone. That is why every indigenous tribe must wake up. You must wake up. Let me tell you, when we are sounding the warning of wake up, it is not just for the Biafrans. As Chukwu Okabema have it, by the special grace of Chukwu Okabema, Biafrans will not be decimated. By the special grace of Chukwu Okabema, Biafrans, we have grown a thick skin that we can be able to overcome every challenge that they will throw at us. Biafrans have grown a thick skin. Every challenge they will throw at us, we will overcome it. I bet you will overcome it. But for other indigenous tribes, you must wake up. You must wake up and begin to do the needful. You must wake up and begin to prepare yourself. Because the only people in this very election you are seeing are the Fulanis and Fulanis alone. In all the contending parties, all the main parties of the day, they are all run by the Fulanis. They are all having Fulanis there. PDP is a Fulani man that is in charge. APC, a Fulani man is in charge. Bola Tinubu is as good as dead. He's as good as dead. You come to the Labour Party, a Fulani man is still there. Dati, from Mauritania, not even a Nigerian Fulani, a Mauritanian Fulani is there. You must not allow these people to distract you. You must not allow them to deceive you. It doesn't matter the propaganda they bring. It doesn't matter their blackmail. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter the song they sing. You must remain focused. You must remain focused to the real agenda. Our target is freedom. And our freedom we must get. It doesn't matter their propaganda, their blackmail, wherever they throw it from. It cannot stand. It will never, ever stand. Biafrans must stay awake. Today, our real enemy, we have known. The true enemy of the Biafra, the enemy at home, we must be mindful of them. The enemy at home, we must be mindful of them. Because these are the people who have sworn and say, our superior numbers. This is an innocent man who has not committed any crime. A man that has not committed any crime anywhere. The only crime he's committed is that he's asking for self-determination. Self-determination, which is a right for every human being. International law supports it. African law supports it. Nigerian law supports it. And yet, here they are, holding him against his will. Even when their own court have come to speak and say, let him go, they are still holding him. 3 courts have spoken, let him go, they will still holding him against his will. And somebody come and say that he wants to establish a Nigeria where there will be justice. And yet, you are standing on injustice. You are supporting an injustice against somebody. You are supporting injustice against someone. And yet, you are there opening your mouth to say you want a Nigeria, you want to be a Nigeria where there will be justice and equity. This is how deceptive they are. That is why Biafrans, we don't judge by what you say, we judge by your attitude. What you say doesn't matter to us. What you say doesn't matter. It is what you do that matters to us. You can be a motivational speaker for all I care. Motivational speakers are not the best people. Motivational speakers, they just tell you what you need to hear. They tell you what you want to hear. They just make you happy. It doesn't mean that what they're telling you is real. That is what you must know. If there are the beautiful liars we have on the planet Earth are motivational speakers. Motivational speakers are the beautiful liars we have on the planet Earth. Beautiful liars. They tell you what you want to hear. They motivate you with all manner of promises and everything. They motivate you, but it doesn't mean that it is true. Even in their own life, what they are telling you, they cannot apply it. So many of motivated speakers, what they tell you with their mouth, that sounds so easy and cheap to acquire, they cannot even apply it in their own life. The beautiful liars. And that is what you see what these politicians are. We don't just believe somebody because of what you say. It is your actions. It is your actions. When you tell us you're going to create a better Nigeria, you want to bring a place where we justice and equity, then we begin to look at you. How far, what justice and equity have you brought when you were in power? The same you that killed your own brother and refused to investigate. The same you. You killed your own brothers, members of IPOB, you killed them and threw them in the Zoo River. And you claim you are not in town. Then when you came back from abroad, what did you do? Did you make investigation? Who did? Who killed them? Did you conduct any investigation? If you are not involved. We judge you by what you do, not by what you say. You want to build a nation where there will be justice and equity, and you are standing on injustice. Injustice against a man that is innocent, an innocent man. An innocent man before your own eye is being held against his own will. Even while they are holding your own brother who is innocent, they are busy releasing Boko Haram members. They are making case for Boko Haram members. Not only making case for them, they are releasing members of Boko Haram. They are releasing them to the public. 600 plus. 600 plus members of Boko Haram are released to the public. And there is no outrage. And nobody is saying anything. Before you know it, they will recruit them into the army and the police. And nobody cares. But a just man who everybody knows what he's asking for, who is asking for a legitimate right, whose request is legitimate alone, is a crime against humanity. The kidnap and torture alone is crime against humanity. They committed the crime. Then they sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. You have not issued any statement. You never talked about it. You don't want to speak about it. All you have to tell us is that his agitation is dead and dead. What you came to tell us is that he is forgotten. Peter Obi came and said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be forgotten. That the Biafra war ended 1967. And as far as he's concerned, it is dead. That means anybody talking about Biafra is dead as well. This is what Peter Obi said in the public. Meanwhile, the Arewa is protecting their region. Ududua people are gearing up to protect themselves. And you are preparing to support this evil that will consume you. You are there, a Biafran. You are watching this evil that will consume you, and you are contemplating to support it. God have mercy on you. Just pray that you'll be alive to tell the story. Because that evil you are supporting is going to swallow you very, very soon. As for those of us who will not be part of it, it doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter the propaganda they bring from east, west, north, and south, from any place they can come from. Let them go ahead. They will never, ever stop us. They will never. No matter their propaganda, no matter their blackmail, no matter their distraction, they can never, ever stop us. Let them keep trying. Let them keep trying. Try for all I care. They will never stop us. Our freedom we must get. Come son, come rain. Our freedom we must get. The enemy that have risen against us is an enemy that must be brought down. And we will destroy them. Biafrans, we are prepared. Nothing can make us move an inch or step aside from the real course we are pursuing. Every Biafran must stay at alert. If you're a Biafran, stay at alert. If you're in Biafra, begin to prepare yourself for what is coming. I am not telling you this to frighten you. Neither am I telling it to you for you to be happy. But I'm telling you because it is something you need to know. It is something you must not be taken unaware. Every one of us must pay attention and prepare for what is coming. Because it's going to come. It's going to come. I tell you all the time, it's going to come. You don't have to pray about it. Praying about it that it shouldn't come is a waste of time. Because it's the mandate of Chukwuka. This rain must fall. The earthquake must happen. And for those who will survive, Chukwuka will take glory. All you have to do wherever you are now is to make sure you pay attention to the time that we're in. Do not get distracted. Do not get distracted. It doesn't matter what you hear. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter the propaganda that comes from east, west, and north. Do not be distracted. Do not be distracted. The countdown continue. The countdown continue. And don't joke with it. Every single word you hear, don't joke with it. If you are not connected to Twitter yet, go and make sure you have a Twitter account. Have a Twitter account and follow up things that are happening on Twitter. Follow up information that are coming on Twitter. Follow up Master Simon Ekpa on Twitter. Retweet. You must not, it's not compulsory that you must write something. Just retweet every tweet that Master Simon Ekpa tweeted. You'll be getting information and update every given minute, and you will not be left aside. You will not be left behind. It is very important. Follow all the autopilot platform. Today, we are still going to have a joint broadcast. The autopilot is going to have a joint broadcast. Be there. Play your own part. Give your own message. Make your own contribution. We're going to be there. So try to be there. We're going to be there today. And autopilot joint media broadcast. It's going to happen today. And I'm also going to be there. You join us there while we continue to send this message across. They must hear us, whether they like it or not. It doesn't matter where they are coming from. It doesn't matter the attack or the plan they have against us. We will scale through. We will. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't shake. This is an assignment that we have taken up for ourselves, and we are going to overcome. No matter what you see today, do not get distracted. Do not get distracted. The only thing you be doing today is to ask yourself, what am I going to do to prepare myself for what is coming? What am I going to do? What is going to be my contribution? If you have not start making contribution. Play your own role. Because what is coming is heavy. What is coming is heavy. And once we move, there is no going back. There is no going back. Just like Mazin Nandekano said. Mazin Nandekano said, any time that Biafra is declared, we are going to defend it. And that is what is coming. Mazin Nandekano made this clear. That we cannot declare Biafra and when we declare Biafra, we will control our borders. And we will impose a no-fly zone in our borders. Whatever goes up comes down immediately. And you heard Master Simon Ekpa say the same thing. To let you know that Master Simon Ekpa is building on the foundation of Master Nandekano. To let you know that every single word that Master Simon Ekpa said, he's not just making it up. These are long-coming plans that have been drawn. And he has a template. Do not allow anybody to distract you. Any Biafran that is distracted today, you just distracted yourself. Any Biafra that is distracted today, you have yourself to be blamed. You don't blame anybody for distracting you, because every information you need is in the public. Every information you need, you know who the enemy is. You know who is following the footsteps of Mazen Nandekano. You know who wants your freedom and who doesn't want your freedom. You know who wants to sell you out to the caliphate. You know who is allegiant to the caliphate and who is allegiant to Biafra. You know who wants you to have your freedom and who don't want to have your freedom. So it's left for you to make your choice. Today, whom are you going to serve? Whoever you choose to serve, you must have to face it. It's your responsibility. Whatever happens to you, whatever choice you make today, you will pay for it. Whatever choice you make today that we are in, you will pay for it. So make a wise choice. Make a wise choice. If you don't take a wise step and make a wise choice, whatever comes, you have to face it. But in this generation that we are going to restore Biafra. We will not leave this fight for anybody. We're not going to leave it for anybody. Gone are the days when we are waiting for elders. Gone are the days when we are waiting for politicians. Gone are the days when we are writing letters. Gone are the days when we are crying and complaining. Gone are the days when we are talking and shouting. Today, it is time for action. Self-defense of Biafra land have been activated fully. And you can see so many other departments that have been announced. They have started operation immediately. So many departments are already working in Biafra land. Immediately, they have started working. So when you are hearing about Biafra and you think it's a joke, don't worry. Just as we always say, you are going to sleep in the zoo and you wake up in Biafra land. The same way you woke up and you saw flag of Biafra flying everywhere. That is the same way you wake up and you realize that now you are in Biafra. And it is your choice, either to commit suicide or to be part of it. For those who said over their dead body, they are all gone. They are all gone and more are going to go. Because Biafra, the countdown continues. The countdown on speed, unrelenting. The more they try to stop us, the more we move forward. The more they try to hinder us, the more we move forward. And no man born of a woman can hinder us. Nobody can stop us. I appreciate everybody who have been able to participate on this very platform today. Everyone who have joined me on this very broadcast today, I appreciate you. I thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for your support. Please, if you have not liked and shared this broadcast, kindly like and share. Please, I beg you in the name of Chukwu, like and share. Information is key. We must not allow them to cage us. Passing this information and making sure it reaches everybody is one of the things that we must do. The media war is not easy one. It's not a joke. The media war is not a joke. And for us to win that media war, you must have a part of it. Every one of us, you that is on the comment section, you are part of it, and you must start doing what you're supposed to do. What are you supposed to do? Sharing the video, making sure that the video, the broadcast reaches to everybody, making sure that information reaches to everybody, making sure that you like and share each time you come across our broadcast. I appreciate every one of you, and I say, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect every Biafran all over the world, every Oduduwa person, every Middle Beltan, anyone that is genuinely fighting for freedom. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect you and secure you. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our ESN, the volunteer force who are fighting day and night to keep you and I safe. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect all the Umuada. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect all our media warriors. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect the BNL, the BNG, all the forces that are fighting genuinely to make sure that Biafra comes. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect Master Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed of against Master Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed of against Master Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Master Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast. Please try to join us on the joint media broadcast. I am going to share it on this very platform. As soon as I end now, the joint broadcast is going to start very soon. I'm going to share it. Please key in. A lot of information are going to come there also. So many revelations will be made on that joint broadcast. Please try to join us on that joint broadcast so that we can be able to spread the gospel. It is very important that you play a role. The media comprises of you that is on the comment section and myself, with every other person on the media. It is not only those people who are on the media. You that is in the comment section, you are also part of it. That is why each time we come online, we beg you to join us so that you can be able to help and share. You share and you like. That will make people to get information on what's happening. Information is key. We don't want anybody to be left behind. And we don't want others to tell our story. We will tell our stories in our own way. We will tell our own story in our own way, in the way that people understand it. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being there. I appreciate you all. I will see you again during the joint media broadcast. Thank you so much and stay blessed. Bye-bye.